Biden Incorporated, Biden Inc.
The Biden family.
What is up, Rumble? Welcome back to Matta of Fact. I am your host, Ryan Matta. We are going to throw down today. We're going to be talking about all things crypto. Good to see you, Steve. Good to see you, Penny. Lemon Zinger in the house. Excalibur, Mr. K in the house. We're going to have the OG Crypto Squad in here today having a little bit of fun. Figure, this is a good break. I mean, I could talk about crypto all day, and I think that, I don't know what I think, honestly. I just think that our country's in a really bad position, and, you spend too much time focusing on politics and not focusing on making your life better. And fixing things that you can change. And one of those things that you can change is your ability to make money 24/7, 365. Decentralized money too. Money that's not going to get printed away into oblivion. And I think that Bitcoin has proven itself over time. I mean, this last attack, what you saw by Sam Bankman-Fried, most likely ran and funded by the CIA, the DOJ, the FBI, the most powerful government organizations all in the world, trying to destroy crypto, trying to make you not believe in crypto, trying to make it so that you are afraid to invest in crypto. And that's why we are here, folks. We understand that that there's some very bad things happening around the world, and they're only going to get worse. They're going to get amplified. And every problem around the world stems from what? Money. And it's one of the biggest sayings. It's one of my favorite sayings in the world. They say, fix them in the Bitcoin community. They say, fix the money, fix the world. And you guys probably hear it in my MEX exchange promo that I run on LFA in my ads every day. Because it's so true. Imagine if every dollar our government spent was trackable. We don't want them to track our money, right? But they work for us. They are our public servants. They serve we the people. And that's why they are terrified about blockchain, because we can force them to use blockchain, which inherently gives us the ability to track every penny they spent. Do you know how easy it would be for somebody with an AI tool to set it loose and trace every penny? The Biden crime family, it wouldn't even have been questionable. It would have never been able to happen because we would have seen it. Somebody would have saw it on the code. And that's why blockchain is so important. And I think there's a lot of people here who don't understand blockchain. So I'm going to get into that a little bit. I'm going to tell you guys about the 3 cryptocurrencies that I would be buying going into 2024 and why. And these are the Bitcoin will be your store of value, right? That and the idea behind a store of value, and yes, Bitcoin is going to go up in value. Yes, I think Bitcoin is going to hit somewhere between $1 million, I would say $480,000 and $1 million per coin. But at the very least, Bitcoin is a store of value, meaning you can put your money into it and it's gonna maintain its value. So because Bitcoin is so decentralized, and what the USA doesn't necessarily matter. Yes, these ETFs are going to be huge. And as soon as the USA approves their ETFs, who else is going to approve ETFs? Everywhere around the world is going to be like running to approve ETFs so that their citizens can get exposure to Bitcoin. And the risk is, if you have money in fiat, you do nothing, you lose everything. At the very least with crypto, you're taking a chance. You're fighting for freedom. And that's what Bitcoin represents, is it's freedom. It's our children's future. It's our ability to choose to withdraw from a corrupt economy, choose to not play the game. You know, when you're ever in a situation where no matter how you play it, you lose, right? No, I don't really know many good situations. I mean, you get caught cheating on your girlfriend, right? Like no matter what you say, you're still a piece of shit. You still cheated on your girlfriend. That can't change. So no matter what you say, you're in a losing situation. You know, you're driving home from the bar drunk, you get pulled over, you're in a losing situation. Nothing you say is going to get you out of this situation. You fucked up. We can choose to withdraw from this corrupt economy. We can choose to say, okay, you know what? That's fine. You guys want to, I don't know, force your LGBTQ agenda down our throat? Cool. We don't have to play. We don't have to play. Imagine if we saw every penny that was getting paid to CNN or MSNBC. Imagine if every news outlet we were able to visually see and put it up on like a 3D visual of all of the money flowing into CVS or CNN's bank account or their crypto wallet, Pfizer's wallet, Moderna's wallet, the CIA's wallet, right? All of that money, it would be so easy for the world to see. And that's what blockchain technology is going to give us. So we're going to play some videos. We're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin, what's going on with Bitcoin news. We're going to make some price predictions. Then I'm going to get into Kadena. So Bitcoin is your store of value. Kadena is the future of all cryptocurrency. I said this about Ethereum back in 2016 when I was teaching people how to mine Ethereum when it was $2.64. It's the same feeling, right? Times have changed. So obviously Ethereum's not. We didn't know back then, but it was the future of blockchain and it proved itself. It became the #2 largest blockchain in the world. Probably one of the most adopted and used blockchains in the world. And people made millions. I mean, billions, actually. People made billions. There's a lot of billionaires made in the crypto space. A lot of people in here watch me turn $1,000 going out of last bull run into about $560,000 in about 60 days. Made a lot of mistakes, lost a lot of crypto. Got liquidated for a $10,000 trade one time. That sucked. That hurt a little. But Kadena is the future. Kadena is the asset where you can put $5,000 into today and your kids will never work if I'm right on this. And I'm going to be right on this. As long as blockchain doesn't, shouldn't say that. I mean, as long as the United States doesn't get blown off the map by like a nuclear bomb, this coin will set your children up for the rest of their life. Your kids. This is where you're going to have the generational wealth because there's only one blockchain in the world that can do what Kadena can do. And then last but not least is Flux. Flux is they're going to give Amazon, AWS. So Amazon's a what? Let's just say Amazon does, I don't know. How much money did Amazon do last year in sales, guys? Give or take. Probably 50 billion, 75 billion. A good percentage of that comes from AWS, which is their cloud infrastructure, which is where everybody's website you pretty much go on today is most likely hosted on an AWS server somewhere. So AWS, their ability to store information and data on a global scale, but we've seen when the powers that be decided to deplatform you, what do? They call up AWS, make a phone call, get a little a subpoena, and boom, you're kicked off. Well, Flux has built a decentralized cloud infrastructure storage, unlike anything that the world has ever seen. And by decentralized, meaning when you set your computer up, like right now, I could turn my computer into a miner for Flux. So my computer has how much storage, like what size my GPU is. And what you do is you partition a percentage of your device, or you have a device, like if it's my computer I'm on right now, obviously I would partition a small percentage of my computer that could be used for the Flux blockchain. So maybe, I don't know, 10% of my storage, 10% of my GPU power, and 10% of whatever. But most people they build just normal miners. So you have this miner, this computer that's built to do nothing but mine. And in that computer that's running, you have let's just say a terabyte hard drive. So you take your terabyte hard drive, your GPU power and your CPU power, and you plug it in. It's running with electricity and it's connected via the internet to the Flux protocol or the Flux blockchain. And then what that Flux blockchain has the ability to do is they have the ability to access all of your resources on that computer. And in exchange, every hour, every minute, every block, whatever that gets mined, you're getting paid in Flux in exchange for renting out your CPU. Now, what's cool about once it connects to the Flux blockchain is it connects all of these computers all around the world. So we can pull up a chart and look and see how many active Flux miners there are out there. But let's just say you had 100,000 computers with a terabyte of storage. You see what I'm saying? All of a sudden you connect all of these independent computers together and you have this giant, massive storage facility. You don't need to have a warehouse. You don't need to have a skyscraper. And this is what we're doing. We're decentralizing that network. So as long as there's one Flux miner up there, there's all this storage out there. And that's the idea behind Flux. So Flux is going to replace Amazon AWS. They have one of the best crypto wallets, one of the best user experiences, one of the best teams. And a lot of crypto comes behind hype. You could have the best cryptocurrency in the world, but if nobody knows about it, nobody's going to care about it. So there's a lot of things I look for when I talk about investing in cryptocurrency. What's the best crypto to buy? How much should I buy? When should I buy? Where should I buy? Nobody's ever going to tell you when to buy, where to buy, how to buy at the exact right time, at the exact bottom of a bear market. Every time price is crashing, everybody's always thinking it's going to go lower. Every time it's pumping, everybody thinks it's going to go back down. They wait, and then it keeps pumping, and then they buy at the top, right? So we're going to try to avoid making those mistakes. I've been screaming over on LFATV for I don't know how long. A few months now, at least. I forget when I did my first Bitcoin video on LFA, but it was probably back in May. I think Bitcoin was around 17,000 or 20,000, right? These are the times where you just have to buy. You have no choice but to buy. But we're a lot past that. We're at 36 right now, or 35. I think we're probably headed to 41. That's where I'm looking for some short positions. So I'm going to be scaling into shorts around 37,500 to about 4,100 if it continues to push up here on this next go up. We're going to set up some bots. We got bots trading. I think bots are hands down the cream of the crop. Craig Andrews, good to see you, man. Before you read this, go buy Cadena. Once you've done what previously mentioned, go buy more Cadena. Look at that Craig Andrews, man. We got the OG squad back in here. We used to stream for hours and hours talking about crypto. And you guys can see this isn't like an LFA stream. I could just rattle on or ramble on about crypto all day. When I came over to LFA, that's what I kind of mainly did was stream on crypto. So like the whole news and political and putting together an hour stream. It's really bizarre to me because I came from doing like 4-hour, 5-hour streams. We just sit here and stream and trade crypto all day. But let's try to keep this into an hour stream today. Smash that like button, guys. If you guys are just joining us, we appreciate it. Let's pump this likes up. So Cedric says 1 million per Bitcoin sounds like a lot of money, but most people like you will kill for the opportunity to only pay 1 cent per stat. It's probably even doubled on the overnight to 2 cents per sat like a shitcoin. Bitcoin is the next. So what he's talking about here right now, before I play this video to give you guys a little understanding, every 1 Bitcoin has 100 million Satoshis. Pretty sure it's 100 million. So think of like a dollar and cents. When you break a Bitcoin into individual pieces or individual slices or coins or whatever you want to call them, those are Satoshis. So when Bitcoin gets up to $1 million, nobody's going to go on to, Binance or Bybit and pay $1 million for 1 Bitcoin, right? So what he's going to say in this video is that eventually it's going to get so expensive that exchanges will start listing it as, in Satoshis, or maybe in like 10 Satoshi increments. So this is what this guy's talking about.
At $1 million per Bitcoin, you log onto your exchange, and they're not going to put up 1 million per Bitcoin. They're going to put up 1 cent per sat. And all of a sudden, in a lot more people's minds, exponentially, it's going to be a shit coin. And you could buy a sat for a penny. And why wouldn't you pay 2 cents for a sat? When you start thinking about, the million of Bitcoin, well, that's a lot of money, but I'd pay 2 cents a sat.
I'd pay 2 cents a stat. And that's going to be the funny thing is, imagine when it starts going in sats, how many people are going to be like, oh, sats for 2 cents? I'm getting some Bitcoin for 2 cents. Oh my gosh, they're going to gobble it up. And Marlene says there were some predictions of Bitcoin going down as low as 10K. That didn't happen. The lowest I saw it go down was around 15. Yeah, I think it was like 15.9 or something like that. Mike Money says, Biden stays and you allow another steal, we're all going to blow up 100%. And that's like, if you guys seen the thumbnail today, right? In my personal opinion, some people are like, oh, Trump doesn't like Bitcoin. Trump doesn't like Bitcoin. Thank God, right? Thank the Lord, the Holy Spirit that Trump did not bless Bitcoin. Because if Trump blessed Bitcoin, oh my gosh, 90% of the neocons in Washington would be trying to burn it to the ground. The fact that they think Trump doesn't like Bitcoin, I honestly wish Trump would come out and say Bitcoin is evil. If I'm president, I would never allow Bitcoin, just to psyop him into making Bitcoin If Trump came out and said he hated Bitcoin, Bitcoin would be legal tender in the United States by tomorrow morning. No joke. Now, if you guys are new to crypto, you're going to see some stereotypes. So let's talk about a little bit stereotypes. Walker at Walker America says types of people when Bitcoin pumps. Check this out.
Hey man, you still into that Bitcoin thing or?
Bitcoin just broke $31,000 and we like it now because BlackRock said it's okay. Back to you, Tom.
Bitcoin is not going up in price. Bitcoin is merely transcending our limited corporeal conception of value predicated on the fiat monetary panopticon.
If Bitcoin would only change the code, you know what? I can't do this anymore.
I don't understand why everyone is speculating on Bitcoin when they should be speculating on gold.
Beef. Hashtag Bitcoin.
Don't believe the hype. Subscribers to my Macro Monday newsletter already know Bitcoin's going back to 5K. Retweet if you agree.
Today I'll be making my famous Dutch oven cobbler. What? Bitcoin's 31K?
They said it was going to 10K. Now
There you go,
31K.
Marlene. Study Bitcoin, folks. Study Bitcoin. That's funny. Marlene was just saying that. But they said it was going to 10K. Yep. Elon Musk made a huge bump when he advertised for Dogecoin. Oh, yeah, he did. It was funny watching that happen. We made a lot of money short in Dogecoin. I made a lot of money. I lost a lot of money short in Dogecoin, too. A lot. One day I was going to go through and add up all my trades and see how I've done over the years, but I got so many accounts all over the place. Yeah. And if politics and the world turns around, we will be in good shape. Yeah, it will. So either way, we're done, right? Either way, our country is gone. Freedom in America is gone. Everything is gone unless we get Trump back in office, right? That's the scary part about the situation we're in. It's really bad, folks. I mean, I don't know how to make it like sugarcoat it or make it sound any better, but we're in a really bad position. So if you believe that America is savable, buy Bitcoin. Really buy Cadena too. You know, if you have the money, we'll break down portfolio structures. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. I was supposed to pre-record. This is originally my idea to pre-record these and get these out for next week when I'm going to be gone. But I didn't get around to it. I wanted to go live and do one today. So how do I say this? If you when you're investing in Bitcoin, you're betting that our government is going to fire up that money printer. And I showed you guys earlier how excited these members of Congress are to print away your life savings. Just take a look at this. If these smiles right here don't make you want to buy Bitcoin, I don't know what will. Look at these people. When have you ever seen Congress? Look at Lauren Boebert, Scalise, Mike Johnson. Oh man, they're grinning ear from ear. They can't wait to print away your family's life savings. Congress, are they happy they got a speaker? Maybe. You know, maybe Mike Johnson steps it up and saves our country. First thing we need to do? I don't know. There is no first thing. Close the border. Catch and release, or catch and return to Mexico. No doubt about it. But see that face, those smiles right there? You want to see them again? Right. Every smile in there should make you want to buy more crypto, make you want to buy Bitcoin. Because if betting on Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin, you are betting that the government is going to fire back up that money printer. So just like everything around you, just like the dollar goes down in value because they're printing more of them, right? When they're printing more of them, things inflate. Bitcoin is a thing that inflates. So the more money they print, the more expensive Bitcoin gets. And when you're saving in Bitcoin, the idea is that everything around you stays the same price, right? So if, let's just do it like this. So if Bitcoin is, let's just say Bitcoin's 100,000 and a gallon of gas is $10, right? So how do I do that? How do I make that make sense? So let's just say if Bitcoin's $100,000 and gas is $10,000, it costs you, let's say Bitcoin's $1 million. And how do I do that? I'm trying to make stats make a dollar. So like I said, Bitcoin's 100 grand, gas is $10 a gallon. 0.0001 Bitcoin will buy you a gallon of gas, right? Well, let's just say gas goes up to $11 because of inflation, right? Guess what? Bitcoin just went up to $110,000. So your gallon of gas still cost you 0.0001 Bitcoin. And that is the idea. When things go up in value, you're still getting paid, right? Like if you're making 0.0001 Bitcoin an hour, let's just say that's $20 an hour, and you're making 0.0001 Bitcoin an hour, and the price of Bitcoin goes up, does your boss need to give you a raise? No. If the price of Bitcoin goes up, do you need to charge more? Do you need to raise your prices for the cost of an item at a grocery store? Do you need to increase the value of that Snickers? No, you don't. You understand? And this is where our government is rewarded for bad behavior, right? Our government prints more money. They print away your children's future. They print away your life savings, and they are rewarded with more money. When the government recklessly spends your money and they give hundreds of billions of dollars to some third world country to start World War III, everything around you gets more expensive. And when you're paying $3 a gallon of gas, guess what? The government's making 6 cents per dollar. So if gas is $1, they make 6 cents. If a gallon of gas is $3, they make 18 cents. So the more money they print and the more reckless they become, the more they're rewarded. And that's why the system is broken. And that's why the system's rigged. You know, it's like telling a kid not to eat candy. But every time he goes and steals candy or steals a cookie out of the cookie jar, you give him $100 and a pat on the back and a juice box and an ice cream cone. You see where I'm going with this? What? So when our government recklessly spends money that they don't have and they don't balance a budget and they act like children and they act like a 18-year-old girl on spring break with daddy's credit card, they get ice cream and cake and a pat on the back? Wow, must be nice, man. Must be effing nice, man. Must be nice. Now let's talk about crypto savings expert at crypto savings expert. Hashtag BlackRock is buying Bitcoin to seed their ETF application. Anthony Papagliano.
Some ETF news, although you would argue it was to be expected. So BlackRock yesterday or the day before got a CUSIP number that we knew they would have to do that, right?
Yeah. I mean, look, to understand really where Bitcoin is right now, you got to go back to 2018, 2019. Bitcoin had been up to 20,000 in the bull market. It drew all the way down to $3,000. What happened there, and Stanley Druckenmiller said it was the thing that convinced him to go buy Bitcoin, is that none of the Bitcoiners really sold. About 80% of the people who owned it at 20,000 still owned it at 3,000.
56% long-term right now. So there's no supply for it either.
It's highly illiquid. 76% hasn't been sold in the last year. 56% hasn't been sold in the last 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
And really what we saw, what drove Bitcoin's price from that $3,000 bottom to $69,000, I mean, 23x in about 3 years, is that there was a supply and a demand shock. And we had printing of money, low interest rates, and we also got the halving. We look like we're headed right back to that. Right now, we do have high interest rates, and they're trying not to print money. But we have a $33.5 trillion debt. They're trying to fund 2 proxy wars. We have the southern border issue. We've got all sorts of inflation they're still trying to combat. And so what's likely to happen here is that they're going to have to return to loose monetary policy. When they do that, it is likely to coincide with the Bitcoin halving.
But near term, just talking about the ETF, you've got nothing has happened in the last 3 weeks to indicate it's any closer.
Well, I definitely think that it's closer, right? I mean,
because 3 weeks went by.
Well, 3 weeks went by, but also BlackRock is now going and they're seeding the fund.
They're seeding the fund in October, which is new.
Correct. And so they just amended the application. And so really what you're just seeing is they're getting prepared for the approval. The big question is, are they going to just...
Do they know anything? They may know nothing either.
They may know nothing, but I don't think that BlackRock is going to go through all this effort, right? Remember, there's reputation risk here in terms of people know what they're doing. And so it's much more likely that it's going to get approved.
You need a different change on who's in charge. I mean, you've got 3 Democrats and 2 Republicans, right? Is that we had one of the Republicans on that, and she said, I have no idea why. It makes no sense. It hasn't been approved yet, but that doesn't mean that she's going to convince her colleagues.
At the end of the day, Bitcoin doesn't care about the politics of it all, right?
Bingo. At the end of the day, Bitcoin doesn't care about the politics. You guys understand? Bitcoin doesn't care what the American politicians do. They don't care what the Europe politicians do. They don't care what the Australian politicians do. It's a global asset. It is legal tender in El Salvador, and their country is absolutely thriving right now. You know, they made Bitcoin legal tender when it was what, like 30,000 or 50,000, and they gave everybody X amount of Bitcoin. And they continue to buy Bitcoin all the way down. I think they were buying, I forget how many they bought, like $30 million worth at, I forget what price it was, really low. And they're making Bitcoin legal tender. They already made it legal tender. So every citizen that was selling goods in the last year in El Salvador and continued to do that, let's say that their business made $10,000 over the summer. Well, Bitcoin was down at 15 to 17 for most of that time. So if their business made $10,000, well, in the last year, they just doubled their entire income and revenue from their business. That's how powerful an asset like Bitcoin is. Yeah, I was lucky. Marlene said I was lucky to not use FTX. They had a gorgeous, very user-friendly website, almost too good instead. I went with Gemini. Yep. We all these biz crashed. I just put my crypto in a wallet. That's the best way to do it. That's why I tell everybody, you have to self-custody your wallet. So we'll go over all those things. I got so many videos on these things on YouTube. If you guys need to know anything about Bitcoin or how to use wallets, I've been on, Kimmy B, I've been on for about 30 minutes now, about 26 minutes to be exact. Started right at 11:30. This was just a impromptu stream. There wasn't nothing special about it. Just wanted to talk about a little crypto. It's hard for me. I can't really stream news or politics when the LFA people are live because I don't want to, take away from their audience. So I figured crypto stream's completely different. And I'm going to be out of town for a couple weeks, and I'm not going to be out of town for a couple weeks. I'll be out of town for a couple days, so I'm going to miss a lot of streams next week. So I want to give you guys a little extra. Start talking about crypto because it's so important that people understand how to self-custody these assets and how powerful this thing is going to be. It's going to be unstoppable. So Bitcoin Mindset says, at 80 IQ Mindset, hashtag Bitcoin is repricing the existing system, not the other way around. Hashtag Jeff Booth.
You have a system that increases number of units of currency to make prices rise. But measuring from a fixed number of units of currency, what it means is prices would fall forever. Now the question in probabilities, the only question in probabilities is, can it stay decentralized and secure? But if it can, if it stays decentralized and secure, it's inevitable that Bitcoin is repricing the entire existing system rather than the other way around.
Ooh, that's Jeff Booth. This guy's been very, very accurate on his intel and his predictions on Bitcoin. I don't know if there's many people that I respect their opinion about Bitcoin more than that man right there. Really good people. These are some people that you should be following over on Twitter as well. There's one more clip here I want to play as well, and then we're going to get into Cadena and Flux a little bit. These are the two assets out of all cryptocurrencies that I would own. Just as much as Bitcoin. Bitcoin's super, super important, but these are the two cryptos that'll change your entire family's life.
It won't take much capital from Wall Street to move the needle on the Bitcoin price. Estimates on total global wealth vary, but we've estimated it to be in the ballpark of around $780 trillion, but some estimates go as high as $900 trillion. Let's do some napkin math with the low-end estimate. Assuming investors allocate merely 0.5% of their portfolios into Bitcoin, a very conservative amount, mind you, you're still looking at $3.9 trillion. This is more than 5 times Bitcoin's current market cap and more than 26 times the market cap of the roughly 4.2 million Bitcoin that are actually available for sale, which we mentioned earlier. Linearly adding the 3.9 trillion to Bitcoin's current market cap would bring the market cap to roughly $4.5 trillion, and the price of each Bitcoin would be around $214,000. But trying to squeeze 3.9 trillion worth of capital into an asset as illiquid as Bitcoin would not result in a linear price increase. It would be exponential. Assuming just a conservative 2x multiplier on that would put the price of Bitcoin north of $400,000, giving Bitcoin a total market cap on par with that of gold.
That'd be baller. And then what's crazier too as well, we'll get into that another time. But so now the value, if you guys don't understand crypto, let's talk a little bit about what a market cap is. So if we talk about gold and you hear people talk about the same market cap as gold, does anybody in here not understand what the market cap means and how market caps are calculated? Because I won't go into it if you guys already know it, but if you don't, it's worth understanding. Yeah, Marlene says, getting into crypto is not for the faint of heart. There are risks, and you have to balance that with the potential reward, 100%. It's with great risk, with great reward comes great responsibility. I don't know if there's any way to honestly get into crypto without losing money, right? I don't know if it's possible to get in and then actually learn it, because there's such a steep learning curve, and most people have a 3-second attention span now because of what these social media apps have done to our brains. Our brains have basically been rewired for instant gratification 24/7, 365 from the second we wake up. So big shout out to Amanda Collins. Thank you for the bug, Amanda. You guys need any tumblers or gifts for the family for Christmas, you guys can swing over to patriotcoolers.com. Use promo code Kyle. Get yourself 10% off Patriot Cooler. My coffee's still hot from when do we start streaming this morning at 5:30? Wow. Market cap of is we're going to get into that right now, Craig. That's exactly what we're going to get into. So let me just run over crypto. Let me go to CoinMarketCap and just give everybody a little bit of a breakdown on how market caps work so you guys can understand the rewards that we're going to see here. But in order to do so, I need to put myself on the screen here. Oh, here we go. I'll just do this. Check this out. Check this out. I wasn't super prepared for this stream, so just give me 1 second. All right. Now we're looking good. Now we're looking good, man. Now we're looking good. All right, let's jump over to this screen. Okay. So when I take a look at Bitcoin, you see a bunch of different things, but if we click on this website is CoinMarketCap. If you guys aren't familiar with these websites, they're super, 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 super helpful. When you're trying to learn and understand how crypto works, I'm just going to get it centered here for you guys so you guys can see everything. So over here on the left, you can see the market cap of Bitcoin is $665 billion. So totally worldwide, the total value of all Bitcoin out in circulation would be $665 billion. It's a lot of money, right? And it shows you right here is the total supply. So the amount of Bitcoin that have currently been mined, the amount of Bitcoin that are remaining to be mined is about 1.166, roughly. 1.66 million or 1.46 million, give or take. And what's cool about this is there's also probably about 4 million lost Bitcoin. If I just had to take a guess, I need to center myself up here in this little ball thing we got going on over here. How do I do that? Let me just move my mic over this way. That'll work. So yeah. So this is where I'm going with this is you go to another website and called market cap of, right? So Bitcoin has a market cap of 665 billion. So that means if you bought Bitcoin right now at 37 or at 34,000, for you to double your money, right? The market cap would need to be 1.2 trillion, give or take, which is about the highest that Bitcoin's market cap ever was. I think it hit 1.2 trillion at the peak of the bull run. So now we have 13 ETFs getting ready to get approved simultaneously. I know Gary Gensler had just posted that he's working on approving 10 Bitcoin ETFs simultaneously. I know I heard there was like 13 in the works. And this was the most recent tweet over here by Gary Gensler. Breaking news, Bitcoin LFG says Chairman Gary Gensler says that the SEC has approximately 10 hashtag Bitcoin ETFs filings under consideration for approval. And out of those Bitcoin ETFs, we have $15 trillion worth of assets under management. So if you could today move your entire 401k or a good percentage of it or any of it into Bitcoin, would you consider it? Like if you didn't have to buy Bitcoin, you didn't have to hold it, you didn't have to custody, you didn't have to do anything, which kind of really defeats the purpose of Bitcoin. But at the same time, I think it's a really smart play. I'd rather have somebody managing my Bitcoin in versus managing my Apple stock. Like, what is the difference? If they're managing your 401k, if they're managing your Bitcoin, still not in your possession, right? So if we go over to this website called so what do you think the price of Bitcoin would be? You know, with $15 trillion comes into that value to that asset. It sure as hell would not mean that we're gonna, let's just say the market cap was $1 trillion and 15 trillion more came into the asset. It wouldn't be $15 trillion market cap. Because right now, if everybody started to sell Bitcoin and we all started to sell our 19 million Bitcoin, the last person to sell is sure as hell not going to get 34,000 for it. So if you take the supply, right, we can do this together. So the supply of Bitcoin is 19,524. 19,524,612. That's how many Bitcoin are actually out in circulation today. And if we times that by 33,995, right? What are we going to get? We're going to get 663 billion. You see? 663 billion. So price times total supply, not your max supply, the current supply that's actually out in circulation, will give you your market cap. So price times supply equals market cap. Now, if everybody started to sell their Bitcoin right this second, you're not going to get that much money out of it. You're not going to be able to get 34,000. If you're the first person to sell, absolutely. You could probably sell $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Man, get close to 34,000 for it. If you had a couple of weeks, you could easily do it. A couple of days, you could easily do it. You could easily probably sell. I mean, just in the last 24 hours on Binance alone with Bitcoin FD/USD, there was $2 billion in trade volume. Bitcoin USDT, 1.647 billion in volume. Oh, there we go. Sorry. So you can see on these exchanges, that's how much Bitcoin was traded just yesterday, just on Binance. Coinbase, 565 million. Binance, 166 million. I mean, the list goes on, folks. A lot of money getting traded in Bitcoin. If you go through all these exchanges, do you know how much money is traded in Bitcoin every single second of every day? 365. Not like a stock market. The exchanges don't close down. So let's take a look at market cap of. So market cap can say, okay, let's just do something like Dogecoin so you guys can get an idea of how these sites work. Hopefully I'm not echoing. No, I shouldn't be echoing. All right. So this site is called market cap of. So what you can do right now is you can say, okay, if Dogecoin had the same market cap as Bitcoin right now, Dogecoin would be $502. If I'm reading that right, let me turn it around. So if Dogecoin had the same market cap as Bitcoin, right, the price of Dogecoin would go from 7 cents all the way to $4.69. Obviously, Dogecoin is a useless cryptocurrency like most. Most cryptocurrencies are a scam. And most influencers that try to teach you about crypto don't even understand how a blockchain works. They can't tell you what a mempool is. They can't tell you how protocols work. They can't tell you what decentralization actually means. So definitely don't take advice on them on what cryptos to buy. But sometimes people just get lucky as hell. So it is what it is. So if we put in Cadena. If Cadena, the asset which is 48 cents today and is the future of all cryptocurrency, ends up with the same market cap as Bitcoin at $666 billion, you're looking at a $2,624 asset. Now, let's just say, well, okay, well, that's obviously people are going to be like, oh, it's never going to be Bitcoin. I go, yeah, you're right. It'll never be Bitcoin. It will never. But it will be Ethereum. But it's not letting me select Ethereum. Let me just select Shiba. Swap these out. Let me put Ethereum over here. Why is it not pulling up Ethereum? Bizarre. I was going to show you Ethereum. Oh, there it is. I was scrolling in the wrong direction. So even if it just hits Ethereum's market cap, you're looking at an $847 asset. Now, Ethereum is going to be replaced. It is inevitable. They have became centralized. They were the biggest blockchain in history. I'm not saying it's going to go to zero today. I'm just saying it will eventually come to the realization that this asset is absolutely useless and has zero real world value outside of some NFTs. And the fact that it can be traded and there's a lot of liquidity, so you can sell assets and you can move assets. I do think Ethereum's going to continue to go up. I think it'll survive one more bull run, but after that, I think it's going to be labeled as useless. So Ethereum right now has a $213 billion market cap. Last bull run, we've seen a lot of big name cryptos hit $1 billion market cap. So $100 billion market cap. I mean, Solana got up there like 70 billion. Shiba, a Doge, a meme coin got up to a $41 billion market cap. So let's just say let's just say Cadena, in a bad guess, would be able to do 1/4 of what Bitcoin is, or what this market cap is. Let's say it hits a $50 billion market cap next bull run, which I think is very, 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 very realistic. So if we divide that by 4, so we'll divide $850 divided by 4 equals what? $212. Now, I personally think Cadena is going to hit somewhere around $350, but let's just underestimate, so we play it extremely safe. Hell, we could even go, what would that be? Like 1/8. We could just say it's 20, or 5 would be 20%. We'd say it's like 10% of what I estimate. Even if I'm within 10%, you understand how rich you're going to be? But let's just say you, at $212, you went and bought Cadena today, and you said you're going to put $5,000 into it. So we'll just say $212 is our target price where we think it's going to go. And you got $5,000 today. And we say Cadena is what? What is the price of KDA? 48 cents. So 5,000 divided by 0.48 equals 10,416 Cadena. 10,416 Cadena is how much you could buy right now with 5 Gs. And if that hits $212, your $5,000 investment would be worth, and they need to make these calculators bigger, man. Oh. Damn it, man. We need a bigger calculator. So what was that again? 212, 5,000 divided by 0.48 equals 10,416 times 212 equals 2,208,333. So let's cut that in half. Let's say it only hits a $25 billion market cap. You got 1 million. Let's say it only hits a $12 billion market cap. Okay, you got 500,000. You understand? I don't think people understand how powerful this asset is and how, like, what it's, and that's what's the best part about crypto is you don't really understand it. Bitcoin has gone up 100% in value in the last, year? 100%. Now, imagine an asset like Cadena, right? We talk about market caps, the value of an asset. The market cap of Cadena right now is 123 million, guys. 123 million. Like, literally, I could probably go put, if I could strategically buy probably $100,000 worth of Cadena, I bet I could send it up to 75 cents today. Like, that's how little money. I bet you 200 grand in the right buying sequence could take this asset from 48 cents all the way up to $1 for 200 grand. So when everybody starts to wake up and realizes Cadena is the future of all cryptocurrencies, it's game over. Now let's take a look at Flux and take a look at some storage protocols that have been really popular. If we come over here and we talk about Filecoin, just to give ourselves an idea of where we might be headed. So we take a look at Filecoin, we can switch this chart over to market cap, and we can go to all-time high, and we can see that this asset had a $12 billion market cap. So Flux being the future of storage, the future of crypto wallets, the future of everything. They're at all these conferences. They're everywhere. Dan Keller, the CEO, is one of my good buddies. He's a great dude. They actually don't make much better of a guy than Dan Keller. He's a really good dude, man. So, and what is Flux's market cap at right now? Let's just put Flux in here. So you're talking about a $675 Flux. Flux also $112 million market cap. That's why I'm so adamant about these cryptos being the best of the best, because they are. They actually have a use case. And we can go on to Bunny Analytics, which is a really sweet site. I think it's Bunny Analytics. See if it'll come up here for us. Bunny Analysis. Yeah, how do we get to their site? think we're going there. This is something you can't really do. Like, imagine in the real world being able to go to a business and being able to see how that business is generating revenue in real time. Check this out. Because every transaction is done on the blockchain, they have the ability to automate everything. So they can literally show you their estimated revenues, monthly growth revenues, quarterly growth revenues, annual growth revenues. So if you just take a look at the growth of this asset, I mean, it is going exponential. The annual growth is up 625% in the last year, or in the last 2 years. I think it's year to date, right? If this is year to date, it's 625% in the last year. But it's bizarre. You can see how much revenue they're making. And I think you got to pay like $1 something to be a member of this site to have access to this stuff that's blurred out. I should do that. Monthly reoccurring revenues, WOW. Is that week over week? Cadena's monthly reoccurring revenues. Oh, they're getting ready to put Cadena on here too. This is going to be sick, guys. They have paying apps. So you can see, like, so Flux is generating revenue, right? How awesome would it be if you wanted to invest in a business? You could see exactly how many people are out there were using that business. Pretty sweet, huh? These are things you just can't do in traditional markets. So do you want to go throw your money at some asset company that did an IPO and all the elite gurus all around the world already got to invest in it, but because you're not a certified investor, you didn't have the opportunity to get it on the ground level. And then you know nothing about the operations, you know nothing about how the company makes money, you know nothing about shit. But over here you do. You got 58% of node utilization. That's huge. Plenty of room for growth. Computation, compute utilized rate. And Flux is getting ready to sign. They're already working with these universities. We'll have to get Dan on for a show so he can tell us more on the updates. But Flux just got a deal. So they have all of that power, not just the storage that people can rent their storage space from, but they also have all of that compute power, meaning all of those GPUs. So they're working now because of climate change was such a big issue and we had to figure out how to neutralize our carbon footprint. And all these miners use all this energy, right? And a lot of it's wasted energy. So Dan Keller thought of the idea, or Truck, I believe is the name, is that he's a developer, thought of the idea of useful work. So when our GPUs aren't running or aren't being utilized by our blockchain, is there a way to take those extra resources and put them to work so that maybe a university doesn't need all of these really expensive computers that use all this computational resources? It's cheaper if they just rent those resources from Flux. So now they already have these contracts with the universities where the universities can come and their entire, I don't know, tech lab can utilize the resources, or maybe their videography classes where you need a lot of computational resources to render out your videos. And then they pay for all this with Flux. And you can literally go and download this Zelcore wallet, which is the wallet I use, and you can buy crypto with Apple Pay directly from your phone through their app, through their wallet. And that's a wallet that you own the crypto of. You self-custody it. So like right now, if Joe Biden decided to send a letter, or Merrick Garland sent a letter to Chase Bank and said, freeze my assets, they'd freeze my assets instantly. They wouldn't think twice about it. And if I couldn't afford to hire an attorney because all my assets were frozen, well, then I'm up shit's creek without a paddle. All right. D says, maybe I start using Copper to buy Bitcoin. Whatever you got to do, man. Yep. Whatever you got to do, you have no choice at this point. And this is the opportunity. If I was selling Copper to get crypto, I would just be buying Cadena, because I wouldn't be looking for something that I had to sell because I needed money. I'd be looking at something that's going to like exponentially change my life. And I'd be willing to go like $500 or $1,000 worth of Bitcoin won't make a difference, you know? But $500 worth of Cadena could literally change your life. So it's really like, it's exceptional. Now I want to get into this article over here as well, which is all the updates from Cadena. How do I do this? How do I say this? Let me let you in on today's sponsors. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break. And then we're going to dive into the Cadena Campfire, all of the updates and what's been going on with the Cadena ecosystem this year. We'll be right back after this break. And today's sponsor is MEX Exchange. When we talk about fighting back against tyranny, there is no better way to do so, folks, than buying Bitcoin. And I mean it. Are you sick of putting your money into investment vehicles that are controlled and owned by BlackRock? Do you enjoy making BlackRock more rich? Do you enjoy letting the Joe Biden administration print away your family's life savings and funnel that money into woke causes that support the LGBTQ movement? I don't think so. I personally don't. There's a saying in the Bitcoin community, fix the money, fix the world. All of the corruption around the world stems from their ability to control money. They have the ability to debank you. But by choosing to interact with Bitcoin, you can take that power back. You can gain financial sovereignty. You can choose to withdraw from a corrupt economy. So support me, support this channel, support Matta of Fact. If you guys are in the United States of America, there's no better place to buy Bitcoin than MEX Exchange. My affiliate codes will be linked down in my link tree. There's also Binance. And if you are not in the USA, the best place to buy Bitcoin is Bybit. It's my absolute hands down favorite exchange ever. All of my affiliate links are down in the link tree. Support this channel and do me a favor on your way in. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, share this content. Tell everybody we are over here live on LFATV. We are live over here on LFATV at 2 p.m., folks. That's coming up next. Oops, wrong screen. Wrong screen. We'll be live over on LFATV. If you guys aren't following my journey over on LFATV, if you guys want to be updated on the latest news, conspiracy theories, you name it, we throw down. Actually, first thing I want to do is cover this this post right here. And I can't see it. There she is. There she is, my friends. Let me throw some stuff up here on screen. I was scrambling last minute trying to get this stream set up. My little man stayed home from school today. He wasn't feeling good. So this is Emperor over here. Says, what happened in Crypto October? Crypto Bullets. So Ferrari partnered with BitPay to accept crypto payments. So you can now go buy a Ferrari or a luxury car with Bitcoin. Bloomberg analysis sees 90% chance that Bitcoin ETF's approval by January 10th of 2024. Do you understand what Bitcoin's going to do and what Cadena will do? Because Bitcoin brings up everything. So when Bitcoin goes up, the entire crypto market's going up with it. But the alts will run a little bit later. Now, number 3, Bitcoin's price surged past 34,000 for the first time in more than a year. The highest short liquidations, 280 million since January across all crypto assets, was seen on October 23rd. The highest daily close for Bitcoin since the 9th of May of 2022. Tether aims to publish reserve data in real time in the coming years. That's huge for Tether. I mean, that's huge. For a stablecoin to be doing that as big as Tether. MicroStrategy Bitcoin holdings move into the $750 million in profit. So if you guys were buying MicroStrategy stock, like I told you, you can't get direct exposure to Bitcoin. I mean, MicroStrategy stock was selling at such a discount. I would have moved my whole 401k into that. You'd be up probably, I don't know, probably 50%. Warren Buffett remains a crypto hater in 2023 after missing to buy Bitcoin at $1,000. Crypto court rules in favor of Grayscale, directing the SEC to abandon its rejection of the asset manager's Bitcoin ETF application. Woo! Digital assets, right? So that's huge. The SEC didn't appeal it either. That means they're going to approve it, guys. This is your last chance to get in at the ground level. Craig Andrews says, I have 88 KDA tokens. My families will have millions left over from just a regular guy who invested before the next bull run. Nothing special. Just buy and hold Cadena. Craig Andrew, my dude, man. Long time no see, Craig. Great to see you, buddy. Digital asset investment. Damn, you got more than me now, Craig. Dick. I'm just kidding, man. Digital asset investment products saw inflows for the 4th consecutive week in a row with 66 million in inflows, bringing the 4-week run inflow to $179 million. So this is what's cool about Bitcoin, right? Like you can track everything. You can track every penny coming from banks into the blockchain, into all crypto. And we saw $179 million leave the fiat Ponzi scam world where your literally government is printing away your life savings. If you guys are joining us over on YouTube, come over to the Rumble chat, guys. It's pinned at the top of the live chat. So that's where we're at. We're over here in the live chat on Rumble, so we don't believe in that commie tube. Exchange inflows versus price increase ratio is the lowest since 2021, which means spot is taking profit less eagerly than in the past. Slightly positive sentiment. Those are huge, 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 huge. Now let's get into this last piece, which is the Cadena Campfire. So this is big. If you guys aren't big into the Cadena ecosystem, this might not pertain to you, but it should and it will if you guys understand what a great opportunity you have here. So Cadena This is their 2023 Q4 newsletter that just came out in October. So as we step into the final stretch of the year, we have seen tremendous progress and growth in every department at Cadena. Sorry, let me zoom in on this a minute. Oops, wrong button. Faces from global partnerships to innovation developments, Q3 has been a whirlwind of activity, and we are just getting started. Let's dive into some of these highlights. So in the realm of partnerships, the business development team has been directed to driving progress in several key initiatives, each playing a pivotal role in Cadena's evolution and the broader blockchain ecosystem adoption. The team has been focused on growing our array of smart wallets, improving privacy and scalability with ZK proofs, and actively improving infrastructure development, tooling, and storage. Now, perhaps the most exciting is our team is one step closer to developing a bridge solution to enhance blockchain interoperability with the Hyperlane network. Hyperlane is a groundbreaking permissionless interoperability layer that offers APIs for interconnection services between different blockchains and an SDK to empower developers in building interchain dApps. Hyperlane's distinguishing features lies in its inability in its adaptability, rendering it compatible with a wide spectrum of blockchain ecosystems. Hyperlane serves as a critical network for establishing essential connections between Cadena, EVM chains, and other chains in the future. That's huge. That bringing a lot of money into the Cadena ecosystem. Now, regarding our grantees, here are some of the remarkable projects that have joined Cadena's ecosystem just in Q3 of 2024 or 2023. Cadena AI, which is powered by Cadena's NFT standard Marmalade. Cadena, am I saying that right? Cadena AI? I don't know how to say that one. Weird. Kadenai is an innovative platform that offers a suite of comprehensive tools designed to facilitate the creation of NFT collections. These tools include NFT minters, utility generators, and AI-powered image generation, all aimed at creating a novel NFT experience. Generate your very own NFTs here. The link there as well. Now, UNIT, which is Universal Transaction Token Project. Now, the UNITT is a project focused on building a tokenized payment infrastructure for chat-based interactions and content discovery. Their first featured application enables creators to sell their content directly to their audience and monetize chat-based interactions such as followers, engagement, AI chatbots, and paid searches. Next up would be Linux is the first chainless wallet explicitly designed for operating on the Cadena blockchain. And the reason why that matters is because Cadena's blockchain has 20 different blockchains, just like Bitcoin, all braided together. It's really bizarre how it works. But being able to send Cadena to like chain 1 and then have to send it to the next person on chain 3, or maybe the next dApp is on chain 5, and you have to send it from chain 1 to chain 5 or chain 5 to chain 9. You guys get what I'm saying? It's very not user-friendly. It's not a great experience for the user. Well, now Linux seems to be the first wallet that's designed so you don't have to know where your crypto's at. You just send it to one, they'll send it to Oliver. Yeah, I saw that. No doubt, Ground Zero. Now they're going to try to take our guns away. Can't wait. Swarm Finance. Swarm.finance is a platform with a mission to transform DAOs, which is the decentralized autonomous organizations, within the world of DeFi. DeFi stands for decentralized finance. The platform provides a comprehensive suite of tools and features for managing funds, investments, liquidity swaps, payments, and purchases. In an effort to expand our outreach and foster meaningful connections, the Cadena team has also made appearances at ETH, CC Paris, Tech, Open Air, Berlin, Mercari Mainnet, Science of Blockchain Conference, SBC, Permissionless 2, and Awoke Wasm. Keep your eyes out as the BD business development team is heading to Dev Connect Istanbul in Q4. Now, connecting every Cadena corner, community, and marketing. This, I think, is the most thing they lacked at the most. It's a new chapter for Cadena with the recent addition of Mike Huron as Cadena's Chief Marketing Officer. Mike specializes in enhancing branding strategies and cultivating meaningful brand collaborations for renowned companies spanning a wide array of industries, including sports, airlines, consumer software, media, entertainment, and beyond. Mike will be supercharging Cadena's marketing endeavors across all facets, spanning products to partnerships, all under a cohesive brand umbrella. The goal is to inspire the community, blockchain innovators, and developers from diverse backgrounds to embrace Cadena as the most secure and scalable blockchain platform. For those who haven't had the pleasure of hearing Mike's big plans for Cadena, we invite you to watch our Cadena Campfire episode 31 for some exciting upcoming news. Now, on the community front, David Gillette has joined Cadena as our community manager. Dave will be leading the efforts to engage with our vibrant community, foster meaningful discussions, and facilitate collaborations among our members. His experience and dedication will play a critical role in nurturing the growth and validity of the Cadena ecosystem. Vitality of Cadena's ecosystem. Another development that has sent waves of excitement through the Cadena community is the recent Ledger integration of KDA tokens. This integration marks a significant milestone in our journey and is crucial in safeguarding your Cadena tokens. If you haven't already had the opportunity to do so, we strongly encourage you to check out this tutorial about creating your own Ledger KDA account using your Ledger device. Whoa, that's huge. I didn't know that they got Ledger, folks. Wow. Wow. That's a big game changer. Has anybody used the Ledger on Cadena yet? No fucking shit, guys. We have also taken our community experience to the next level with Zile. Zile is a platform that allows our community to complete tasks, learn more about Cadena and the project building on the network. The most importantly, it provides valuable insight into the community. Best of all, community members can earn XP points for completing the task, which can be changed or exchanged for some Cadena prizes. Start your quiz on Zile. Am I saying that right? Zelaly? Zile. I like that. Zile. If you want to learn more about Cadena's various plans, head over to Cadena Campfire episode 27 featuring founder Stuart Popejoy and Will Martino, where they cover everything from packed to chainless wallets and EVM capabilities. Now, the quest for a remarkable developer experience. Q3 has been a period of intense activity for the developer experience team at Cadena. The team has actively forging partnerships to drive the adoption of Cadena's cutting-edge technology. Collaborations with Code, Cappy, and various and super connectors have all been instrumental in leveraging Cadena's infrastructure and tools to build products that connect startups with key industry players. Cadena also sponsors a very first 3-day hackathon-style event organized by Vue.js Forge. This event served as a platform for developers to showcase their skills, collaborate, and explore innovative solutions within the Vue.js. On the tech front, the team has been laser focused on providing exceptional user experiences. This is super important right here. Highlighting include the release of Chainweb streaming servers. What? A new system that enables pristine streaming of transactions and their confirmation status. And the Cadena client, which enables building, signing, and sending transactions on the Cadena blockchain using TypeScript, JavaScript. What? Man, I've been away from Cadena for so long. These things are so big. No shit. Wow. For new developers who want to build Web3 applications and learn Pact, the Cadena Academy features hands-on workshops and tutorials. This quarter, the Cadena Academy launched its first Pact course. Let's go, baby. This is what I told you guys. These are the fucking game changers we've been waiting for. Let's fucking go. Cadena Academy launched their first Pact course, Mastering Functions in Pact. Make sure you check it out, and don't forget the developers can collect Cadena learning points along the way. Marmalade V2, a unique NFT experience. Kimmy, that means we're going to get really rich. That means everything I said about Cadena for the last 2 years has been right. Every fucking thing. So this asset's so new. If I had to give you, so what is blockchain, right? You guys haven't seen those things. I'll do it in another stream because I got to get ready for my LFA show here in a minute. But the investing in Cadena today would be like going back to the 1990s and investing in the internet. So the internet that we know is dying, right? You getting on like a like a URL server and connecting to the internet and being on a website that's ran on another server, those days are dying, right? Everything's going to a decentralized application, which would be like a browser extension. You see, everything's being built into these extensions and these browser extensions. And a lot of things will be, I don't fully understand how to explain it, but the internet is dying. There's a graph out there that shows you that the internet that we once knew is dying. And that's why you hear the term Web 3, right? Web 3 is going to completely remake the internet. And there's only one blockchain that can really do it, right? Because you have to be able to support the entire world running on one piece of equipment, I guess, or one protocol. And it's going to be Cadena. Now, and why I say it's like investing in the internet in the 1990s, maybe it'd be like, okay, the internet came out in the 1990s, but people still really weren't taking advantage of it until like the early 2000s. So maybe this would be like, the internet's been out, right? Cadena's been out for a couple of years, been out for a little bit. It'd be like investing in the internet in the 2000s. Imagine how rich you'd be. I mean, it's literally like investing in Facebook day one, right? We've seen what MySpace can do. The entire world knows that social media is going to be a major force to reckon with in the very near future. Then Facebook came along, right? So we know what social media, there's a use case for it. We know everybody wants it, but MySpace just couldn't deliver the user experience that everybody wanted. It wasn't geared up for basically global adoption. And Facebook just came in and made a few little changes, a few upgrades, and then it was game over. Ethereum is MySpace. Cadena's Facebook. Cadena's TikTok, Facebook, Google, Amazon, all rolled into one. It is literally your ticket out of the rat race. You'll never be able to find another investment where you can put $500 today and potentially turn that into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Can anybody even name one area you could put $500 today and you could possibly have hundreds of thousands of dollars? Don't forget, I was screaming this when Cadena was down at 40 cents as well. And the idea is that you pray to God that you put in $1,000 today and tomorrow it loses 50% of its value. Like that's the whole idea of this bear market. We're praying that we're going to buy some Cadena today and price is going to tank. Why? Because then we can buy it cheaper tomorrow. And that's the idea, is we just keep buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. I think there's going to be one major collapse. What exchange, Kimmy? If you're in the USA, the easiest exchange, and it's all down to my description, if you're going to like try to buy it legit through your bank, right? The best place to do that would be through Binance, I would say. And now you're going to want to buy it, and then you're going to want to send it to a wallet. So it's really important. That's why I say everybody should just take $100 and they should just try to buy $100. And then they should try to get that $100 to a wallet, which is Zelcore. If you just search Ryan Matta, how to use a Zelcore wallet, I'll walk you through that process on how to buy something step by step. Right? If you absolutely can't figure it out and you're just dying to get $500 worth of crypto, shoot me a DM on Twitter. If you can get a Zelcore wallet set up, I can get it for you. If you need help, let me know. Well, I don't have time to sit here and walk you through it today, but we can always do it tomorrow. But yeah, Binance is the easiest. It's the easiest user experience. But the idea is that Binance might be getting attacked by the SEC right now. So if the SEC decides to freeze all of this shit on Binance, right? You want to Binance, it's safe to go use it for an hour, buy your crypto, and take it off and send it to your wallet. But the idea, yeah, that video is on YouTube. Just type Ryan Matta Zelcore on YouTube. It's probably about a 35-minute or a 40-minute video. It'll be one of my newer ones. Let me see if I can just pull it up here for you. I don't even know. Can you even buy Binance? Can you even buy Cadena on Binance US? Is it on there yet? I think it is. Yeah, get it out ASAP. If not, you can use MEX Exchange, I think. Or I can get it for you, whatever. You can just PayPal me or Venmo me. What was I going to do? I was going to find that YouTube video for you. Yeah, after this, I got to run. We're going to be live over on LFATV. Oh, we're going on an hour and 10 minutes. Gosh damn it. I told myself I wasn't doing this. What do we got? 24 watching on YouTube. What are you guys doing over there on YouTube? Get your asses over here to Rumble. Get your asses over here to Rumble. Zelcore, Ryan, Matta. Yeah, this one's 38 minutes. This is it right here. I have a bunch of different ones. That's there. And I got another one here's on KuCoin. If you just search Ryan Matta and just go through my profile, there's tons of videos. At the very least. Oh yeah, George, can you get Cadena on Crow? Yeah, George says he buys from crypto.com. It doesn't really matter what exchange you buy from. Down in my profile will be my affiliate links down below. So depending on the amount you buy, if you use my link, you're going to get $10, $20, maybe. I mean, on Bybit, I'll give you a lot if you're going to deposit a lot of money. I mean, they have the best rewards, but they're not in the USA. So you have to go and get like an ID off. You have to go become a resident in another country. It costs you $250. It's expensive, but it's worth it if you have bots set up. And that's the name of the game, right? Is to get enough crypto that you have off exchanges, right? You have in a wallet that nobody can get access to. That's like your savings account. And then what I have going on right now is that I've made more money is I have bots trading. But in order for bots to trade, you have to leave your crypto on an exchange. And that's where it's risky. So I have 2 exchanges set up right now. I might get a third account going and have crypto on 3 different exchanges. That way, if one gets hacked or one gets frozen by the government, I'm not out all that money, or the SEC freezes it, whatever the case may be. Yep. So, okay, so wallets you're going to want to get a Zelcore wallet. I don't have any links for that, but if you just, there might be a link in my video. Let me see if I can invite you to a Zelcore wallet. Just go on Flux's Zelcore's page. Let me get you their link. So you got to this is really important to make sure that you get a real wallet and don't get scammed. So let me just grab you their Twitter. Yeah, Zelcore.io. So if you just go on their Twitter right here, this is Zelcore. This is 100% the best crypto wallet in the game. So each different blockchain has basically a different line of code, right? So when you're sending your crypto to a wallet, it's just stored in code, right? So each wallet is specific to the code of the blockchain that it's built on, if that makes sense. So if you got the Bitcoin blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain, the Cadena blockchain, you're going to need a different wallet for all of those blockchains. But what Zelcore has done is they built one wallet for all blockchains. It's the best of the best. Quarter Crawler, God bless you, man. He says, later, guys, have a doctor's appointment. So that's their thing. Like I said, just start with $100, guys. Don't go out and buy it today. I don't think price of Cadena is going to go to the roof tomorrow. I think it's going to be I think we got a lot of pain coming. I think there's going to be some collapses, but it's worth getting your $100 out there, learning what you're doing, understanding how to transfer crypto from one exchange to the next, understanding that, if you're trying to send Bitcoin on the Bitcoin blockchain right now, it's $20 to send it, just to send it. So for you to take it off Binance and send it to your wallet, it's going to cost you $20. So if you're only buying $100, is it really worth paying that $20 fee? Probably not. But if you're able to buy a couple $1,000s worth, sure, it's worth spending that fee. So there's also Lightning networks. You could probably use the Lightning network to transfer it somewhere and only pay a few cents. So there are ways to send Bitcoin cheaper, but these are all things you just got to learn over time, guys. So take your time, enjoy the journey. Like my buddy Flat Earth Dave says, it's a rabbit hole, folks, and it's never ending, and it just keeps getting deeper. So as you're falling, just enjoy the ride, guys. Be safe out there. Be smart. Take your time. You got no rush. Do I use the VPN? Yeah, when I'm trading, yeah. I do use a VPN. Yep. Ready to buy 1,000 of Bitcoin and buy KDA. Yep. Keep it crispy out there, folks. God bless you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh, no, what I need to do really quick is let you in on our last sponsor before we run out the door today. Let's go show our friends over at Goldco some love, guys. And yeah, if you're not a gold person, right? If you ain't not a gold, or if you're not a crypto person, well, you better not be a fiat guy, You don't really have a chance at that game. That game is rigged against you and you are going to lose. Guaranteed. Guaranteed, my friends, guaranteed. And that's why I have made partners with my friends over here at Goldco. Listen up. It looks like the corrupt government cronies are pushing for a new digital dollar. No cash for you, just numbers on a screen that they can track and control. That's why the smart folks are opting out of that terrible idea, and they're putting their dough into some physical precious metals like gold and silver. But is that right for you? Good question. That's why my partners at Goldco and I made this website to help you find out. Go to goldco.com/matter of fact and educate yourself on the benefits of owning real gold and silver. That way, your finances don't depend on shady government programs designed to control you. And for a limited time, if you decide you are interested, you could get up to $10,000 in free silver with qualified orders from Goldco. The choice is yours. Arm yourself with knowledge and head over to goldco.com/matter of fact. That is goldco.com/matter of fact. They're going to hook you up, guys. This is it. This is the future. We're getting out of currency. We're choosing to withdraw from that corrupt economy. Yes. Plan to learn more via your channel, Ryan. Honeybee Patriot, God bless you. God bless you guys. We're in this together, and we're going to choose to withdraw from the corrupt economy, and we're going to start adapting Bitcoin. And we're going to start going to our local communities. We're going to start getting our local communities to start accepting Bitcoin, right? Going to the gas station next to your house. I'm going to start working with some projects around my local community, because that's the idea. Is like, once we get these businesses to start using Bitcoin and start adopting blockchain technology, we can just withdraw from the corrupt economy. Stop giving your hard-earned money to a government that is trying to kill you. God bless you. God bless America. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Come join us on LFATV at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Matter of Fact Political Style. God bless.
Run.